family.
Yeah.
Because we talk about friends. So family, healthy relationship with your parents, yes or no?
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
With me, I'd say it's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see my parents a lot of the time. Because the dynamic between our families and your families are vastly different.
Yeah.
Your parents are still together.
Yeah.
You live in the same house.
Yeah.
I live with my dad and my mum lives away.
Yeah.
So what is your relationship like with your parents? Do they support you? Well, you said it was a healthy relationship. Do they support you? Are you involved in their lives? Are they involved in yours?
It kind of, it's split. I've always went to my mum for specific things, or if it's something else, I'll go to my dad.
Yeah.
Kind of, they're both really supportive, but for different things and in different ways. So if I want a really like loving response, a really like loving, caring, passionate kind of response and support, I'd go to my mum, because that's the kind of relationship that I have with her. But if I just want like kind of, I don't know, some like, not as kind of, I don't know, I guess just more of like a logical response, I would go to my dad. We don't really have as much of like a emotional connection in that way. We do, but it's not like in a way that is shown like it is with my mum.
Yeah.
It's more of like a we'd do things for each other, or we'd like buy things, or we'll go places, like we'll share experiences and stuff like that together.
Yeah.
Like my dad always being there pretty much nearly like 90% of gigs I've ever played, that kind of thing. Like him doing that alone makes me remember how much he does care and how supportive he is, because he literally doesn't care about being there. He'd rather be there and watch me than being anywhere else with anyone else.
He doesn't care about being there.
Yeah, like, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he could be doing 1,000 other things with his life, but he chooses to be there most of the time, and that proves that, you know what I mean? That proves that the care is there, but it's just a different aspect. So it's both healthy relationships, but they just have kind of different
So like you got your mum for more emotional things, you got your dad for more logical things. Like that's how men and women are really.
Like to the point where like if I'm in like a deep conversation with my mum about something, and we're kind of like, I'm sat in a room and we're talking or whatever, and my dad comes along and he's like, "Oh, what's going on?" A lot of the time we kind of just like shut him out in that.
Like, piss off, Dave.
Yeah, like I'm kind of like well, you said your dad's name there.
That's my dad's name.
I'm kind of like, I'm busy talking to mum, blah 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 blah, because I know that my dad wouldn't understand it or see it in the way that my mum does.
Yeah.
That kind of way, you know what I mean, and then vice versa. So
your dad supports you, your mum supports you, because your mum is more protective over you than your dad.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's the same with mine. But
yeah.
With regards to my family and my relationship with my parents, I've always liked to, like, I'm very emotionally distant from things in general.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah, we've talked about that, the emotional barrier that, you know, not everyone's perfect, everyone has emotional barriers. But my parents and I, there's almost a barrier between the parents.
Yeah.
We're good friends, but as I like to be quite independent now.
Yeah.
So I don't like to go to them for things. I mean, obviously, I need to be fed and housed, but I don't like to go to them for things now. I like to distance myself from my parents. Whether that's a healthy thing or whatever, I don't know. I don't think it's very healthy to distance yourself from your parents. But I mean,
you could say there's different ways of looking at it though, because you're not necessarily distancing yourself. You're just kind of maturing and becoming an adult. Like you're meant to. Yeah. You're meant to naturally distance yourself from that kind of over time. But you know what I mean.
But again, like, I haven't seen my mum in a week. This is like, I haven't seen her in a week. Oh my god! Like, no, I haven't seen her in a week. Like, I'm seeing her today. Yeah. But it's like, I don't need to see her all the time. Like, she misses me obviously because I'm grown up and stuff. But like, I don't want to rely on them anymore. Yeah. Like, I think that in my mind that's unhealthy, that I don't want to rely on my parents.
Right.
It's healthy in one way, but it's unhealthy in another way.
Yeah, there's two ways of looking at it.
So, like, there's times when my mum and dad don't know I'm doing anything. Like, Miami I had to go for my mum because she booked the holiday. But with dad, I didn't tell him until like the week before I was going.
Again, as you like relating what I said, that's kind of like what it is for me. You go for one
for the other, yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'll tell my mum something, but I'll not tell my dad until I need to, or it comes up. You know what I mean? Talking to my dad about like going away on holiday and stuff, he doesn't see the point. Yeah. He didn't see the point of going. Exactly. Because we're not aligned in that way. Like I said, like you're trapped in the energy. Like my dad isn't
he doesn't want to go travel. He might say he wants to go travel the world, but probably doesn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want to go do that, but I do.
Yeah.
So my energy's aligned differently to his. Doesn't mean he's a bad person. No, it's just different ways.
Yeah,
of looking at it.
exactly.
It's like, so in that response, I would say it's slightly unhealthy. But again, I can go for them. They are good parents.
Yeah.
I would never say that my parents weren't good parents. I'm pretty sure I'd say the same about yours.
Yeah.
But different viewpoints.
Exactly.